Okay, time to go, everybody. We're approaching 5:40 on this Tuesday evening now, and if you've been liking the weather over the past couple days, you are going to like what I've got in store over the next 7 days. So we are not in short supply of these mild slash warm temperatures and a fair amount of sunshine as we go forth. Now, some high-level clouds have been drifting in from the west over the past hour to 2 hours, so tending to filter and dim that sunshine, but who cares? I mean, we've got a sundown in a couple hours. We had the bulk of the daylight stretch that was just accompanied by all kinds of sun, and the most clouds that we have to deal with will be between right now and, say, daybreak tomorrow. Then we're right back into mostly sunny skies once again. This looks like a tropical picture out here in Grand Haven when they have the camera set up as such, but it's pretty brisk. It has been for quite some time along the lakeshore, and it will pick up even more so later this evening. A gale warning does go into effect, by the way. That is the next threshold up from a small craft advisory, which currently is in place. So a gale warning from 11 o'clock tonight to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, well, this graphic takes into account the morning hours. So I also have to take into consideration the hours after the gale warning. By and large, winds out of the west, northwest by mid to late morning at 15 to 25 tomorrow. Take a look at tomorrow afternoon and evening, though. Derek, those waves are starting to subside a bit. It's been a while since we could say that, but the beach hazard risk, it will be on the high side even into the afternoon due to the residual rip currents that can be out there. So stay out of those waters, folks. Just avoid any disasters with regards to that. We've got another potential disaster coming about in the Western Caribbean as we speak. This is a Category 4 hurricane, Hurricane Delta, which has been rapidly intensifying. Just became a hurricane, I believe, yesterday. What was it, late afternoon or early evening? And the threshold for a hurricane is 74 miles per hour. This thing is sustained at 145 now, barreling down on the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. If you've been to Cancun before and you know the geography, you know that it's right around where this is about to make landfall. As a Cat 4 comes across the Yucatan Peninsula, will lose some steam, then reemerges in the southern Gulf, starts to take on more of a curvature to the northwest, or the west, I should say the north-northwest, then ultimately begins to make its journey off to the northeast and comes into the United States. So there is no way that this is not going to hit the U.S. at this point. It's just a matter of how strong will it be as it comes in. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has it regaining Category 4 strength in the south central Gulf and then weakening a bit as it does approach, which would make sense because the maps are showing southwesterly shear picking up and, well, the water temperature is a little bit cooler and not necessarily supportive of a Category 4 as it approaches. But I'll tell you what, when it's out there in the central Gulf, it's going to be a scary scene there later this week, probably making landfall at some point later on Friday. We've got temperatures in the mid-60s. Our actual high in GR today was 67, a southwest wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour. We've been gusting into the 20s. And look at these winds for overnight tonight. This officially on the timestamp at 4 a.m. on Wednesday, just hours away, and we can gust into the 30s. So it will be breezy early tomorrow morning. That's going to help to keep the mercury elevated in the overnight, and with a really mild starting point, it won't take much to get back into the upper 60s tomorrow. This is your evening forecast, though, from 9 to 11 o'clock, just holding steady, partly cloudy skies. What we've got right now is really what's going to take us into the overnight. Maybe a sprinkle towards Oceana, Newaygo, Mecosta counties. Mid to late evening tonight into the overnight, nothing significant. At worst, maybe the pavement turns damp for those northernmost sections. Not anticipating anything in Grand Rapids, though. Derek, Doug, it's October. It can be much worse than this. We'll take it. Near 70 through the weekend.
Yeah, whenever you have to remind someone that it's fall in Michigan, that means you're off to a good start.
News.
All right, well, there's